Hey golfers, Erika Larkin here with Coach Megan Johnston. We are at the gorgeous Big Cedar Lodge here where she's the director of instruction, and we have had an incredible true swing camp this week. So while we're in town together, we're doing some videos and we've got a great one for you. We're going to be talking today about how to really solve that very popular over-the-top problem. Megan's got a great drill and a setup practice station here that you can try easily to really get yourself back on track. Now, why do golfers come over the top? Let's kind of start there. I mean, in terms of true swing and what we see with sort of manipulation, like what are some of the key reasons you think from a basic fundamental standpoint, like why are golfers coming over the top?
For sure. So I think the biggest thing, or where it starts, is in the backswing, right? If we are not getting that big turn, if we are not getting loaded into that trail side, hands are just flailing high, and from there you've got no other option, but that move is just going to come straight over. I think as you get that bigger, deeper turn, just kind of sets you up for success. And then I really think with the driver in particular, everybody thinks it's supposed to go further, right?
Yeah.
I got to hit it harder. I got to use that force. I got to push with my trail side, and it just kind of leads to a disaster. This club is going further because it's longer and you're creating a bigger circle, not because you're forcing or pushing any more energy into the shaft, which I think kind of then comes to this setup and this little drill and how we can do that.
Yeah, I love that. So we're going to show you this simple way of getting the club on plane and getting the right geometry for your swing so that you can deliver the club into the back of the ball from a really good angle. We don't want to be chopping down on our driver. You probably already have heard me say in past videos, like we're trying to hit up on the ball for driver. But what I really like about this is it's kind of like twofold. You see there's two sticks here. We're going to talk to you about the first stick, and then we're going to relocate this view that you've got. We're going to talk about this front stick as well, because they kind of go together, but they also serve two different purposes, and it really jives with some of the other drills that we've brought to you before here with True Swing. So let's talk about the setup, and particularly maybe this one to start with, and then we'll add the other one in.
For sure. So here basically we have this 2 feet in front, couple of feet over. We have this sitting similar to the club that you're holding. So this is a little bit lower with the driver shaft today. Super simple setup that you can do on the driving range, and we'll talk about this one in just a second. So if we go kind of talking about that first initial reason, right, why we're coming over the top, I just think a lot of times people just go all arms. We've got no pivot, we've got no turn, and from here there's no hand depth. So as you start to swing hard coming forward, your only option is on or over the top, and from there we got to manipulate pretty hard to hit a fairway. Yeah. That's going to kind of cause those pull shots. We can leave the face open, we're going to hit those slice shots. So delivering more on plane just makes it easier to find fairways.
Now, even in the takeaway, right, if we just focus on our body turn, that gets the club underneath this without pulling directly with our arms. Like what we see a lot of golfers do also to try to get underneath this the wrong way is they will not turn their body, and then all of a sudden they try to just do all the work with their arms. This is not great either. So even though technically this is way under that stick, that's not good. The circle's going way too inside, low and flat around us. This is also a spot where sometimes then people have to correct and get over the top to just get out of their own way and get the club back on what feels like the plane from being too under it. So there's sort of this neutral zone that we're trying to live in, which is just under this, kind of riding that space, not too far away from it as well. And so by just turning your body and keeping that arm club unit, almost like this Y shape here of the arms and club together, we don't break the wrists. We don't have to whip the arms back across the chest. The arm depth happens at the top just by getting that nice full turn. She's not pulling her arms back way far. She's just making that good turn, and that's getting her arms up high over that shoulder and kind of over that heel line, which I really like on the down the line view. So now, of course, we're trying to clear it on the way down, and this is where you got to see what happens from the front view, right?
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
Let's do it. All right, we're back. This stick here, vertically set in the ground about 3 feet in front of the golf ball, is in line with the ball, and that ball is in line with your ball position, which is going to be front half of the stance. I mean, inside the front foot, but definitely forward in the stance like we want for driver. So relative to that, like where's your chest and head, and what are we trying to do here with this one, Megan?
Yeah, 100%. So Again, as I kind of take a swing, or at least take a practice swing with this, my visual is to just kind of stare nice and tall, staring at that stick directly in front of us. Now, something you don't want to get into is like I'm just standing like this, staring at that stick. You want to have your same good posture, your good athletic setup, and then your eyes are just forwards. What this allows you to do is you can stare at this stick, and as we create rotation, shoulders kind of coming under the chin, shoulders kind of coming under the chin. And what I think blows people's minds, particularly in students in these camps that we're doing, how'd I hit that tee when I wasn't looking at that tee, right? I've centered myself, I'm focusing on a centered part in front of me, and you can't manipulate if you don't see the golf ball, right? I can't try to hit the ball because my eyes and my focus aren't on that golf ball.
One of the favorite drills that we do in camp in our freedom drills is a no-look drill, an eyes-up drill, or eyes-closed drill, and it really shocks people when they're able to connect with the ball when they don't look at it. It's like this big surprise. Now, sometimes they miss a couple, but we get the hang of it after some practice, and it's really freeing. So, not to say you have to play golf this way. This is definitely meant to be more of a drill. I would still recommend probably looking at the golf ball, but it's like awareness. And when you have this feeling of separating your movement kind of at the neck, sometimes people's heads really want to spin with them or move way side to side. We can kind of separate. Hopefully you have enough neck mobility, upper C-spine mobility to, of course, do this. But by keeping your head in line with that stick, looking at that stick, it's as if then we're staying a little bit more behind the golf ball for longer. Like, we don't want to get ahead of it. I mean, let's see, we'll put the golf ball back on the tee here. So let's play pretend here and say we come down and we just lunge forward. Now, right away, this shaft is over the top. So these two things go together. When we keep our head back in space here behind that stick, or at least in line with it, now she's able to have room and time to release this golf club, square up the face, and still keep her mass behind the ball so that we can hit up on it. We're not looking, of course, for a ton of shaft lean with driver. This is another thing. So I kind of like even this idea visually, if you ever could do this and watch yourself, film yourself, or have a mirror, could we agree that at impact, that red shaft of hers is actually also in line with the stick? We wouldn't want the handle forward of the stick. We don't want to win the race with the hands or the head or chest. We want the club head and the shaft and the grip to all arrive kind of in one piece, this is the finish line and everything's kind of lined up with it. And really, again, her head is just a little bit back. So to get on plane, under the plane instead of over the top, these two things kind of have to work together, and hopefully you can see the geometry that's playing out here.
I think one thing that I would add with this too, I have had some clients or students do this wrong. As I'm going here, I'm still getting into that lead side. I think a lot of times when you say, oh, you got to kind of stay back or catch this on the upswing, you see a lot of this, which again is then that head moving back off of the stick.
Correct.
As I'm getting into that motion, I'm still loading or getting posted up into that lead side, but I'm not doing it with my head. I'm just clearing the hips out of the way.
Exactly. So pressure goes left, but not all your upper body mass. And the wide stance kind of helps us out with that, because then we have the ability to stay behind our lead foot. Otherwise, we might be struggling to kind of stay behind the ball if our stance is actually too narrow. So check your stance width, check your ball position, make sure your ball position is far enough forward, and you should be in pretty good shape. Want to hit one or two? Show us how this looks.
Staring at my stick?
Yeah, staring at your stick. Oh, that was gorgeous. That was pounded, head behind the ball. I can verify it. I saw it over here. 2 great shots. Thanks for joining me, Megan, and sharing your ideas. This is so good, such an easy practice station to set up, especially for driver. I would definitely recommend doing this with your fairway woods maybe as well, honestly. Whether you want to put on a low tee or even on the ground, this could help. We're not trying to hit up on the ball when the ball's on the ground, but we also don't want to be chopping down too much and getting that low ball flight with our 5 woods. We want to launch that thing. So this can help with the fairway woods as well. As far as the eyes up drill, I think that you could definitely try this with your irons too. Looking up is a good idea to, again, free yourself up and take away that tendency to be a little bit ball conscious. So play with head position and where you're looking. Try the eyes closed drill too for what it's worth. That wasn't really the point of this video, but just to reiterate, these are core drills that we love doing with our students. We had some wows on the driving range this week when we were doing those drills, so it's worth trying. And again, set up some more feedback stations like this, some constraints so that you know if you're in the right place, swinging in the right geometry. That way you can be manipulation free and you can get the best conditions for your launch, especially with freedom, low tension, and being efficient as you come through. Just swinging that club and not trying to muscle your way through or manipulate your way through because you're out of position. I mean, how good is it to be on plane and swing free through impact? Does it feel so good?
100%.
Right?
And you can't manipulate if you can't see the ball.
This is true. Great point. Thanks for sharing. All right, you guys, check in with us next time here on our True Swing channel. Thanks for joining us. From Erika and Megan, see you guys next time. If that golf tip helped you feel even a little more natural in your swing, hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more to share. And if you want to take the next step, download our free gift linked below. You'll love what's inside. See you in the next video.